What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another
Not
podcast.
another day of podcast.
Presented by
Our damn selves.
so 349.
349.
Oh, yeah. Super Bowl weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Real big. And man, gotta say congratulations going out to for their Super Bowl win.
The Atlanta Falcons.
And got the Super Bowl MVP. What about that halftime show with Usher, man? He brought out and really I like what he brought on stage, man. It's crazy, wasn't it, kid?
Yeah. And when he performed,
Oh yeah, yeah. Woo, that was it, man. That was when I was
that was it. That was it.
talking shit. Obviously, we're recording this before the Super
Yeah,
Bowl,
obviously it's pre-recorded, so we
but
can.
it'll be released after the Super Bowl, so we don't know shit right now.
Right.
That's the joke, and that's an old Simpson joke. Yeah,
With the Atlanta Falcons.
old Simpson joke every time.
Yeah. But I'm happy that Usher is performing and he did what I said. He announced that North American tour.
Yep.
Ah, he did. He did a few days before I thought because I thought initially after his Super Bowl performance is going to show the commercial. Usher coming to a city near you. I thought I
Yeah,
was going to do that.
you like Usher and you want to see him live. He is coming to your city soon for the past, present, and future tour. That's gonna be that.
But I mean, I saw that and I'm like, okay, pre-sale is going on. Official tickets start Monday, I want to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the graphic up for you. Yeah,
So, you know, he'll be in Chicago. Like I said, for us, we're Chicago, and so he'll be in Chicago in October
I'm pulling the
for
graphic
Chicago
up right
people.
now. So yeah.
But he's gonna be around. He's gonna make several stops.
So I got this
So
like
you should be.
before it was announced. Yeah. So I said, the kid would definitely be interested in this one. So I sent it right to you. I was like, hey kid,
You
you
said right to me, and then
know,
I started
right,
showing my
kid.
coworkers.
I was like, there we
I
go.
showed my coworkers, and they was like, "Ooh, send that to me." My coworkers like, "Ooh, send that to me. Send that to me." It was like that. So he kicks it off
Kicks
in
off in
DC.
DC
So
in October. And it wraps up in I mean kicks off in DC in August, wraps up in Chicago
in
in
August it
October.
ends in Chicago.
Stupid
You know, you
stupid
got
months. Like really like October really should be the eighth month, but like stupid calendars like It's Octo is eight. Yeah, so that's why I said. But kicks off in August, yeah, in Washington D.C.
right.
Wraps up in December, which is 10. Like yeah, like December should be.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, because
wraps up
Jesse
in
is the yeah,
yeah
yeah,
wraps up in Chicago and yeah
October,
October.
yeah.
Yeah, so
That Atlanta show gonna be lit. I already know Atlanta's gonna be lit
yeah, you already know that. Yeah,
because that's his hometown. So I mean he's an Atlanta dude. So,
you got all your major
yeah.
cities. Those Brooklyn shows at Barclays, those probably gonna go hard. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Barclays. Yeah.
Of course, LA,
Two
you
at the
know.
most I think the Staples Center, whatever it's called, Crypto Arena, whatever the hell it's called now.
Crypto, yeah, it's called crypto now. Oh,
Yeah,
he's gonna do Oakland. Okay. The
yeah.
Bay. Okay, the Bay.
Probably
Okay.
Oakland. That's where where the Warriors now the Warriors they moved back to San Francisco, so it might be at the is the Oracle still there? Maybe that's where it's gonna be at the old Oracle. I don't know.
Hmm.
It might be next. That's where it might be
Okay.
at the old Oracle Arena if they still there.
Hmm.
Miami got two shows there, two in Atlanta. Like the big cities got two shows. Like I
Yeah.
said, Brooklyn got two,
Yeah, the
LA
bedroom.
got two, Oakland got two, Miami got two, Atlanta and Chicago. Like
Toronto got two. Like that's
Toronto, yeah.
okay. Toronto got two. Okay. We see you. Drake, okay. We see you.
Yeah.
But this is going to be good. This is I feel going to be a good tour.
Folks might take road trips. Like say if you gonna go to Chicago, you might make a red hit that Detroit show. Some folks might make that road trip up there for that
Or
one.
St. Louis, because St. Louis is right there
I can see
on the
some people take a road
26th.
trip for like one of those shows.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Not bad at all. Not bad at all for Mr. Raymond.
They call me
And he
Mr.
just got so much catalog, like Usher. Like it's like I'm like, what is he gonna put in there? Like, I mean, I know he has a new album coming out because that's what he also announces that his new album is going to drop after the Super Bowl. It's going to drop his new album.
Yeah.
So it's like, but just My Way, 8701, and Confessions.
You got three
If you just do those three albums, that's a
certified
whole
classics in a
concert.
row. Three certified classics in a row.
That's like you could do a 4 hour concert just with those three
Focus
albums. You
just on that
could.
era, yeah. And still, like, yeah, you could focus just on that, and the concert would still be lit. Yeah, you could
It
focus.
would be awesome.
Yeah,
Because to me, like that's when he really started finding his stride. Like of course, you know, the millennial song I always say, it's 7 o'clock on the that's our song. Like you're a millennial, you know, and older. I say that if you're a millennial and older, you know every word to nice and slow. That's just you just know it if you're our age group, you do. And then 8701 dropped the heat. Like, that's when he was with Chili during that time with 8701,
it's okay, girl. 'Cause I'll be all right
You
here.
remind me of a girl that I once knew.
Boom, boom.
You got it bad.
Then
Like he just had so many man.
confessions. What y'all know about it? A super.
Bad girl still my song.
Then, of
Of
course,
course, yeah.
A Town Down. To a little.
Let it burn. Mm-hmm.
Burn. Yeah.
Confessions, of course, the
Part one and two.
title. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just so many bangers. Like Confessions, just like I'm like, okay, Usher. To me, when he did Confessions, Usher became a baby goat to me at that time. He became a baby goat. Like
Yeah.
we know the goats are like, you got Michael, Prince, Stevie, James. Like that's like the goats up there. And then the next tier, it's like, okay, you got Usher. Like Usher joined the baby goats when he did Confession. It's like, okay, he's not quite there with Michael and Prince and them and Stevie and James, but he's that right under. He's that very next tier, right
He
under.
has proved himself, like more than proved himself. Yeah. He's definitely
Yeah.
that confessions, like you said, that's probably the moment we say, okay, like Usher is for real. That's probably
Yeah. I was like, okay, this is it. Cause that album I played it out. I that was a press play. I just kept on just playing Confessions over and
like
over and over. I just played
even the
it.
throwaway tracks became hits. Like I said before, like all from that album, like Jennifer Lopez used the Get Right beat. Yeah, it was originally from
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's like but like Usher didn't use it. He had a song called Ride with that same beat. Yeah. And so like the beat went hard. It's like so they said we can't just let this go. So they gave that to Jennifer Lopez and she had a big hit out of that. And then add Fabulous to the remix is like she got a hit out of that too. Yeah.
I'd like to hear the Usher unreleased track of that. Like what the like get right.
I've heard. I was like, why they leave
Uh-huh.
this off of Confessions? I was like, why this shit go hard? I was like, wait. Guess the album was long enough. You don't want it to be like he ain't trying to be like Master P and then with double out when everybody on No
Yeah,
Limit released double albums. Remember that
some
trip?
artists didn't need double albums, and I'll just say that
That's why
frankly.
yeah, everybody wanted to be Pac because
Everybody wants to be Tupac.
Pac had a lot to say. He was just coming.
Tupac was in jail.
Yeah, he had a lot to say. So of course you're gonna have a double. And then like every Tom, Dick, and Harry had said they wanted a double.
I got something I gotta say. No, you don't.
Why can we don't remember any of those other albums? We remember all.
Especially like you had your little skits, and then the skits were even funny on some of these albums. I'm like, okay, this is corny. Like, what's going on?
Unmemorable shitheads. That's what they were.
Like, what's going on? Like, you can't. But even still, like some of the stuff honestly could have been left off of All Eyes on Me. If you want to be honest, some of those tracks could have been
Yeah, it
another
wasn't.
album.
It's not a press play album, but it's still a classic. Still one of the goats albums. It's just not press.
Absolutely.
It's just not press play, but it's still a
Absolutely.
goat album. Yeah.
Like people don't know, like speaking, we can actually just delve into this real quick. What is your press play album? I already know what you're gonna say.
Midnight Marauders.
Midnight Marauders is your first choice. I already
Which
know.
we've talked about on this podcast. Like we just had the 30th anniversary of that a few months back. Yeah, Midnight came out the same day as Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. But
Yeah.
a lot of people are celebrating that the 30th anniversary of that. Like I was one of the Midnight. I was like, I'm
You
celebrating
are
the
a Midnight Marauders
Midnight.
fan.
Wu-Tang's out, but
Definitely.
yeah, like it was is a the one. It's great, but it's just Midnight Marauders is just a special to me.
You and Tribe, you like you and your tribe is
I'm
yeah.
going to Sam Goody the day the tape came out. The tape, Sam
The
Goody.
tape, the cassette.
Riding the 95 W to the plaza to Sam Goody. I'm taking you old school, like on a journey.
The
95
places that don't
W,
even exist
95,
anymore.
95 W don't exist no more. The plaza don't exist. Sam Goody don't exist. And
That's like you just
none of this shit
like
exists anymore. All this
you
shit,
just spoke
everything I
1990s.
just said was obsolete. Yeah.
You just spoke 1990 language,
what's the
slang, and
95 W? What's Sam Goody? What's the plaza? Yeah. What's a tape and shit?
if you're under a certain age, like they're probably like, "What the hell is going on? Like, what are you guys talking about?" But we grew up in the '90s.
Yeah, well,
We were
we
teens in
weren't
the
waiting on
'90s.
Spotify / title for it to release on that and shit. We went and got tapes at the plaza at Sam Goody
Yeah,
or Coconuts, whatever your
yeah.
spot. Or you went to your local record store like
Your local record store.
it like was mine. It's like on 87. Or what's the one on
If
the
you're out west, Georgia's music room. If
John
you're out
Young Gas,
west,
yeah. You had Dr. Wax in Hyde Park. It's
Dr.
like
Wax in Hyde Park. Yeah.
what was the Great Scott Records on 95th?
Hey
That's
Scott
another.
on yeah
He was up, yeah, 95th and
95th over there by Jeffrey
Manor.
over there.
By the Manor, yeah, it was there. 95th.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
Scott Records was another one of your
I
local.
remember Gray Scott. I
If
remember
you didn't go
them.
on the big
Mm-hmm.
chains, you went to your local record store and got it like that. Yeah, I went to the plaza, yeah, because
Well, you went to the flea market and got the bootlegs.
or the tape man on the L is like, yeah, tape one
Tapes,
for
tapes,
one,
tapes. See,
2 for 7, 3 for 10, like you had that dude. It's like
we were, yeah. Yeah, that was the price of 3 for 10. Yeah, I remember that.
I remember the pitch. Yeah, 1 for 4, 2 for 7,
Two for
three
seven,
for
3 for 10. Yeah.
10. You get 3 tapes for $10. Yeah. Or you get one real tape for $10. You get 3 bootleg tapes for $10. Yeah.
I
So
mean, you
depending on
gotta
your
do what you
budget,
gotta
you
do
have to make a
sometimes.
choice like which one you want.
You gotta do what you gotta do
Now kids
sometimes.
get everything for $10 a month. That's like, yeah,
Wi-Fi, yeah.
different world now. It's like, we had to come up. You had to find a bootleg man to get 3 for 10.
Yeah. Buy your
Now they have
Marauders,
three
and
for ten.
then
Like they have 3 for 10 now. 3 million for 10. It's like you have 3 million songs for 10. Yeah.
I'm sure you know my press play. You already know, like I said,
The first Jill Scott.
Jill Scott. Who is Jill Scott? Volume One.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
And then
mean,
obviously, of course, like Purple Rain is like that's a
Purple
no-brainer.
Rain,
Purple Rain is a
Purple
press
Rain.
play.
That's why I didn't go there. We both were gonna say that. I was like, that's our RSTLNE Purple Rain. What's your plus favorite
Yeah.
besides Purple Rain? That's
Besides Purple Rain, yeah.
RSTLNE, like for my Wheel of Fortune fans.
But a press play for these purposes are albums that you can just push start and then just
Walk away, yeah.
let it ride.
Yep. You don't have to worry, like you don't have to skip tracks. It's like, oh,
You
I
don't have
don't.
to skip tracks.
That's Midnight Marauders for me. There's nothing on there I skip. I listen to the
Mm-hmm.
little interludes with the tour guide. Yeah,
Times out of 10 that, yeah,
to our music at night. Thus spawned the title of the program. The word
yeah, you listen
maraud
to that.
means to loot. In this case, we maraud for ears. Went to
Yeah.
Carvel to get a milk. See, I'm going through the whole song. Come
And
on.
then Jill Scott had a lot of her sound. So she did like a lot of spoken word pieces in between, like that, in between like the song, like Honey Molasses. I said, Honey Molasses, still the shit, Honey Molasses.
I just fucked everybody up
Yep.
with that. How many people my age are gonna go listen to Midnight Marauders? Because they were probably saying it along with me.
Yep. And if you know that Jill Scott, Honey Molasses was a lead into Love Rain. That was the lead in Love Rain down on me. That was a lead into that. Yep. But these are press play albums for us. Like but some albums are not so much a press play, and that's okay. It may have like one or two songs maybe that kind of went there, and then some were just like bona fide classics that maybe you might maybe only skip like one or two songs, and then everything else
Thriller is that for me,
you
yeah.
just go with.
Because
Yeah.
Thriller would be press play if it wasn't for The Girl Is Mine. I always skip that. There's nothing against the record. It's just always just skip that one. It's like you'd be like,
I say Thriller is still a press play for me. Like, I mean, I'll let it ride. Like when I'm cleaning, like I said, like
when it gets The Girl Is Mine, I'm like,
I'm not necessarily singing along with the girl's mind, but like I might step out the room and like I might, be in the basement and then still playing upstairs. But then when I come back upstairs, I'm doing the I'm doing the Thriller dance
yeah,
when I come
starts
upstairs.
off, yeah, want to be starting something, and the baby be mine. Then Girl Is Mine. Then you go into Thriller after that. And then for my old heads, that's when you flip the record. It's like when you tape is like, yeah, you go on the Beat It, Billie Jean, Human Nature, yeah, Lady in My Life,
PYT.
yeah, PYT, then Lady in My
Man, lady
Life.
in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the order. Yeah,
Flip it on the B side.
some people love Marvin Gaye. What's going on? It's press play.
Yeah. That's what I would. Because that
My,
went hard.
yeah, some people that's a press.
Stevie Wonder songs in the key of life.
Some yeah, that was a double album that really was a true double album, not like the '90s No Limit double albums. That was a bona fide legit double album with songs in the key of life from the
Stevie
'70s.
went hard. Stevie went hard.
Mine from
He
that
did.
looking back on when I was a little left-handed, but they had three bangers in a row with that, yeah, because they had Sir Duke, I Wish, and and Ass. It's like all like right back to back. It's like
Jeez. You just don't get
he
a
knew what
break.
the fuck he was doing. So with those three in a row, he knew what he was doing.
If you wanted to get the break, you couldn't.
Exactly, yeah. He knew what the hell he was doing. No, when he starts going nuts on the end of that.
That's doing the good. I still like Living for the City. That's still my song.
Oh, that's not Intervisions, yeah. That's,
Yeah, that's still my song. Yeah.
yes. That's the first
Wow.
one. I believe that's the first song that had an interlude, yeah. Like
Wow. New
Stevie
York
and
City.
just like I pictured the skyscraper.
Skyscrapers and everything.
Bro, let me holler you for a minute. Come here, blood. Yeah, once you run this package, right? Why you let you make $5? He went to jail for 10 years for $5. Like let's let this.
$5.
In the early '70s, like that wasn't no money. $5.
Well, he was a buck. He was from Hearts from a town in Mississippi.
Mississippi.
So he didn't know any better. So he
First
got
time in New York
tricked by
City.
the city guy.
First time in New York City.
Remind me of like the country wolf and the city wolf. It was like that. So I mean, he was a little country bumpkin, got tricked, and
I didn't know. I was just going across the street.
I was just going across the street. But that was a great interlude. Like that was a good.
A jury of your peers have found you guilty. 10 years, huh? Come on. Get in that cell, nigga. God, Lord. And he goes into the gruff in that one too, like after the skit. Stevie goes into
Yeah.
on
Well,
that
Stevie does the gruff, you guys.
get it on
The
that
gruff
one.
is like the gruff.
A boy in Mississippi.
What you call it? People our age group would probably say My Life, Mary J. Blige.
Oh, ooh, ooh,
My
ooh.
Life, yeah.
It just had their 25th, was it 2 years ago? Because I was now it's 30 now, ain't it? My life was 19
Yeah, 30, yeah. 94.
that was a few years.
94, yeah, 30, yeah, 94, yeah.
That was 5 years ago now. That time when
That went by
they just had
fast.
the 25th celebration. That was 5 years ago. It seems like they just because it was it was an Amazon special about that. Yeah. So that was 5 years ago. Really? Wow. It seems like maybe I just watched it recently. I don't know. Maybe I didn't watch it until like a year or two ago. It was like, but yeah, I was like, yeah, that's because it's yeah, 30 years this year. My life, my life, my life, my life in the sunshine. She is because she was talking about, yeah, you hear the pain in that record. That she was going,
Yeah,
yeah,
you could.
going through the breakup with KC and all of that. So yeah, you
Yeah.
felt her pain in that record. That's why that album hit different than the others. She had three classics in a row. She had 411, My Life, and Share My World. That's three classics in a row. Yeah. But
Yep.
My Life just hit different. So because like you hear the pain in her voice with that one. It's like
Speaking of, we could segue with this. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation announced the nominees for the 2024 inductees.
talk to me, like read them off. Read them off.
Okay. Well, we just said her name, Miss Mary J. Blige.
Mary's definitely getting in. It's like if
Miss
Mary don't
Mary.
get in, it's some bullshit. Mary's the us you in there.
Mariah Carey.
Okay, that's probably another shoe. Yeah. I'm surprised she's
Okay,
not.
y'all are rolling.
That's a shock. Like it seems like Mariah would have been in. Like who else is on that list?
Yeah. Do you believe in life after love? Cher.
There,
Miss
yeah,
Cher. Which I was
yeah,
shocked. I'm like, Cher's not in? Like that's
yeah.
seems like she should have been in. Cher. Cher is a legend. Like she's been out
No,
since the
now she's saying,
forever, you know?
I got you, baby, with Sonny and
Yeah.
yeah.
When she did the robot with the Jacksons and she did I know you
Oh
seen that
yeah, when
video of her
she
doing
had a reality show and then like she performed with the
the
Jack.
variety show. Yeah, that she was doing the dancing, dancing, dancing. She hit that robot though. Cher did hit that robot.
I saw them do the stop the love you say maybe. Yeah, I saw her doing
She was
that.
in that though.
I didn't make it.
Uh, Dave Matthews Band.
Okay,
Okay.
it's a pretty
Here's
good
another one.
nominees. Yeah.
Here's another one you'll love. Eric B. and Rakim.
Or my Don one's thinking of a master plan.
They give a master plan.
Split inside my
Split
hand.
inside my hand.
Deep
That's a motivation song. Like whenever I want to get
stop
myself
for me.
hyped,
My
I
residence
listen to that for motivation. I listen to that song.
money. I used to be a stick up kid because I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up for my 7 minutes of funk fans. I used to roll up, extended. This is a journey into sound
It's a
version.
sound.
That's the version.
That's the one.
Roll
That's
up,
the one we know.
roll up.
Foreigner is also got it.
Okay, yeah. I want to know what love is. I think that's them. I want you to show.
Here's another old school one. Peter Frampton.
Okay, okay, that's
He did like the auto. He was like the auto tune guy. Yeah.
yeah,
I know him from The Simpsons when he was on
yeah.
on the Homer for Lose
One of the
episode.
early auto tunes like Roger and Zappa.
Roger Troutman, yeah.
Stevie Wonder, he dabbled in some early auto tune too.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, he dabbled in it. Yeah.
Jane's Addiction.
Okay.
Here's one that I'm shocked is not in already. Kool and the Gang. I'm like,
Ooh, man, the hits they got.
like what the hell? Like they wasn't in there
Summer
already? Like,
Madness, man. Celebration.
mhm.
Too hot.
Yeah.
Late night is like, man, the hit Cherish.
Yeah.
They got hits, man. Cool in the Gang is amazing.
Here's a good one. Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny, that's a nice
I
nice.
want to get away. I want to fly away. Yeah, yeah. I'd
Or,
be happy to see him
or
get
as the
there.
kids would say, Zoe's daddy. There you go.
Zoe's daddy.
Zoe's daddy.
That's Zoe's daddy, yeah. Oasis.
Okay.
Sinead O'Connor.
Okay. She just died recently. Yeah.
Yeah, so if she could get a posthumous, that would be
She probably
good.
posthumously. My memory of her is SNL when she rips up the picture of the Pope.
Yeah, when she
Yeah. Which now looking back, she made us feel she was trying to bring awareness to that then about the sexual assault in the Catholic Church.
about the
Yeah. It's like,
but that was just stuff that was swept under the
it was too controversial at the time. It was the 90s. It's like people weren't ready for that yet then. But looking back, people are like, yeah, she was right on with that.
She was right on with that, yeah.
Attention to that. Yeah, that's why she did that.
Sade.
Okay.
Why isn't Sade in? Smooth operator. And who you think the last one is?
Don't know.
A Tribe Called Quest.
They got to get in this time, yeah, because they got left out
I
last
hope
time.
they get it.
They
I'm like,
got
I
to
hope
get
they
in.
get it this time.
And I said,
Hmm.
because we had this conversation, what, last year or whatever, they got to get
We
in.
did.
It's like, and do you induct all four? Does Jerobe White get it, or is it just Shaheed, Fife, and Q-Tip? Like I was saying, put Jerobe in. It's like Randy got left out of the Jacksons because of
Yeah,
that.
that was bogus.
They just put the original five, and then Michael got a second induction as a solo artist, but like
So,
Randy didn't
so
get it.
for you people who have Disney Plus, they said that the ceremony will once again stream live on Disney Plus with the special airing on ABC at a later date and available on Hulu the next day. So it will stream live on Disney Plus, like how it did last year. It did that last year. So get your, I guess they're trying to say get your Disney Plus subscriptions up. That's what they say. Get some Disney Plus.
Represent Tribe Called Quest, represent. I'll be watching that live if they get in, man. That's one of my that was one of my I made it moments. They did Rock the Bells. Tribe was like headlining.
Rock the Bells
Now,
Radio.
yeah, and I had my use my resources to like get all access. So I was backstage hanging out in the dressing room with it. Got exchange numbers with Fife. I got Fife's number. It's like it's like if 14-year-old Oz had ever said you'd be hanging out backstage. You gotta take my number down. And then, but the
14.
coolest moment was like watching Tribe from backstage perform with Plug one from De La Soul. We saying it like, man, he killing it. I'm like, that's what I hit him. That's one of them I made bucket list. I made it moments. It's like I'm standing
Mhm.
next. I'm standing with one of the members of De La watching Tribe. We having a conversation. We're like, man, they killing it, dog. It's like it's a regular conversation. I was like, wow, is this shit real? I was like, this shit ain't real. Like,
So I think it's a solid list. Like all the nominees that are on there, I'm like, okay. Like I think they actually did put together a good list for this. I think they did. And I'm hoping to see like hopefully all of them get in. I hope like all of I hope they can let all do.
yeah, it's a good class. Yeah,
It's
Tribe.
a good class that they inducted.
Mary, the definites to me are Mary, Mariah, um,
Share.
Wool in the gang. God damn it,
When the
yeah,
gang share.
there's a definite. Yeah, um,
Mhm.
there's some definites in there.
Mhm.
I say Tribe should be a definite. They should go in this time. Was that just me being biased? They should go in.
Sade, I think that Sade has a good
They got
shot.
a good shot, yeah. Sade.
I think Sade does, yeah.
I missed out on Sade. Yeah. So I had tickets. I had a pair of tickets at Will Call and didn't know because that shows you check your email, ladies and
Check
gentlemen.
your emails.
Because I had a pair, yeah, because they said yeah, we had a pair waiting for you. It was like the day after. It's like the concert was that Sunday, like Monday. I found out. I was like, shit. And
Check your
Sade ain't toured since that either. So like,
check your emails.
this is like what 2012, something like that. 2011 is like around that time. Like, and
Mhm.
she ain't done a tour since that. So I might have just missed my Sade window. She ain't done a tour since that shit. It's like
Check your emails. It's the important thing.
I had tickets there, so now yeah, always check because yeah, so you never know. Sometimes stuff come through at the last minute like that. Yeah, so I think it was either
Yeah,
day of or day before. Like they said, oh yeah, we got a pair for you at Will Call.
because they will sometimes drop it, and then you just gotta know how to, you just gotta
Don't give up. Like,
react,
oh, yeah, don't give
basically.
up. Yeah, always like yeah, don't give up because you might don't be like oh man, yeah, they ain't gonna call me. Yeah, like yeah, always just be ready because stuff comes through like that. Yeah,
It does.
especially in my business. Yeah.
But upon looking at these inductees, I'm like, I say they got it right. I know another thing that recently happened, the Football Hall of Fame. Like you
Yeah,
can discuss the football.
Evan Hester.
We got three Bears,
Former Bears, yeah.
three former Bears.
The GOAT as far as for return, yeah. Like he's the GOAT. Yeah. The
Hmm.
GOAT return, yeah. Like
Hmm.
Hester. And then we got Julius Peppers
Julius Peppers. Yeah, I was like, okay.
from that era. And then
Yep.
of course, like for the 85 Bears, the great Steve Mongo McMichael. Yeah. And then
And that's the one I was really happy to see. I was so happy to
People
see
that
that
don't
he
know,
got.
he's battling health problems now, ALS. Like
Mhm.
he got a bad case of it, so he's not.
Yeah, which is a horrible. This just ALS is just such a horrible
That's
disease. It is.
the Lou
It's just
Gehrig's
horrible.
disease. For those that don't know, that's that. Yeah, the Lou Gehrig's.
Yeah.
And he's battling that. Yeah, so he's bedridden. Can't talk. Like I don't think. Yeah, he's like yeah.
He can't feed himself or talk or do anything. Yeah.
That's
So.
what Stephen Hawking had the same. That's what he had. Yeah, because he couldn't talk.
Mhm,
Yeah, that's same disease he had. Yeah, yeah.
mhm.
That's what Mongo was battling that. So
But to see that he got in, to see, it's just that's great that he's got his flowers. He got his flowers before.
yeah. So for all my Bears fans and for a lot of my wrestling fans too, because Mongo he had a stint in wrestling in the '90s. He was part of the Four Horsemen. Like yeah after his football career ended, he had transitioned into wrestling. So like he was part of with the Horsemen, like hanging out with the
I
Nate
missed that. Yeah, I missed that. I totally missed
'90s, yeah,
that.
mid '90s, I guess. So yeah, you probably
Because
stopped.
I stopped watching by then. Yeah, I did. I stopped watching by then.
Well, yeah, Mongo was a Horseman for all my wrestling fans. Hanging out with the Nature Boy and all that. He was
That's
limousine.
why Ric Flair. Okay, because I
limousine
was looking at the picture. I was like, is that Ric Flair in the picture with
yeah.
him?
That's why he was limousine riding and jet flying with the
Because
Nature.
I was confused because I saw a picture of him like how he is now when they
Yeah,
were
because Rick,
showing
Rick,
Lonzo now.
Rick visited him, yeah, in the
And I
hospital.
did a double tap. I was like, was that Ric Flair that was in the picture visiting him? I did a double take. Like, wait a minute.
Yes, the Four
He was
Horsemen.
like, Rick was like, in the picture.
That's his old buddy from the '90s
Was that
wrestling.
Ric Flair? Okay, so now it makes sense now because I was confused for a second. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what is this? But like
Yeah,
I said, I had stopped watching wrestling during the mid 90s. I had stopped at that point. So
a lot of cats do
then I
transition
knew a little
to
bit
other
later.
things because of that. You know, when your NFL career ends, you like 30 years old. Like so you can do other shit. It's like
Yeah.
yeah, so mine goes like, yeah, I'm a big guy in shape. Let me try this wrestling thing. Oh yes. It's like you retire,
And you
like
already have a name, like people already know you.
people
So
know you, yeah. So why not? Yeah, give
yeah.
it a shot. Yeah. He went
Mhm.
for it. Yeah. You like young enough to do other stuff, like when you like play like pro football, especially.
Because you might be 30, maybe 35 at the oldest. Like you're still young. Like you're
Yeah.
you're very young.
So yeah, I can do other shit. It's like yeah, I don't have to just retire.
And everybody doesn't do the analyst. Everybody doesn't do commentary. And everybody doesn't
Coaching, yeah, not everybody.
coach. And everybody doesn't go that route. So because like all different types of avenues that you can do.
Acting is like some people do, like Terry Crews
Acting.
went into acting after his NFL career.
Hmm.
So it's like different avenues.
Yeah, it's like different avenues that you could pursue. With like some people, if you want to become an owner, like you could possibly be a part owner of a team. You could do that.
Jordan,
Be a business person, like a
Magic
businessman.
Johnson, yeah, because especially with the HIV, he was like what early 30s when he retired. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're young and shit. So Magic, yeah, he went into he segued into that. He became a businessman. Yeah,
businessman. Yeah, it's all different types of things that you can do. Just don't be on 30 for 30. Just don't end up there. That's the only thing I say. Just don't end up on 30 for 30 broke. Don't end up there.
yeah. What like Twan ended up there. Now Twan has become like an advocate for like the NBA for like
Which is so good. I like that he turned his negative into a positive. So now he's actually educating the younger generation. But it seems like they're a little bit smarter now. Like it seems like they're more
have more
aware
resources
of like
now than
things.
like back in the day. Like, because
Yeah.
you have this thing called the internet now, so that you can hear these stories. But back then they
Yeah.
didn't have those. Yeah, they didn't hear them. They didn't have like the OGs like had those
And
stories.
you can do your research. Like if you have somebody come like, wait a minute, this so-called accountant I have, like
Counters
you
the
were
shit
on
out of
Spencer Cornelius show as a fraud.
Spencer. Yeah,
Spencer just covered you on your show. Wait a minute, on your show. Just wait a minute.
shout out Caesar Pena.
Because like you do have the people who do call
Shout
out
out
these gurus.
the truck driving lady, whatever.
He was supposed to do a video on the thing. I'm still waiting on the video on the mayor, the Dalton
Oh, the mayor
mayor.
thought, yeah, like that's definitely coming. Yeah, you know that.
Spencer said that because like he had a picture with him standing by the Dalton sign, And I was like, oh, he was here in Chicago. He was here. Like, wow,
Yeah,
he came
definitely.
here.
Yeah. He probably tried to go to their office. I know he didn't get in because they don't let nobody in. It's like I don't.
I just
I
said,
was
yeah,
curious
I'm
to see. Like, yeah, like she got better protection than the fucking president. Like yeah, can't nobody like touch her and shit. It's like yeah,
she got that FOI protection.
pretty much. I've seen all kinds of videos of people trying to get in that Dalton office and they never have any success. It's like no.
Spencer said, hopefully this video come out. So I mean, I'm gonna keep on watching his channel to see if if it did come out because he did come here. Spencer did come here.
She's yeah. She's becoming quite the she's becoming world famous. Like yeah, like, Tiffany Henyard is becoming quite notorious. Like
Well,
yeah.
that's something he did her, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, he was here to try and get her. Like shit. Like okay.
I think she knows that I think she knows the end is near, so she's I'm gonna steal as much as I can on the way out. I think that because now she's just bold with it. It's like she's not even like trying to hide her corruption. She's like, okay, like before I get ousted, let me just steal as much as I can. It's like I think that's what Caesar did too. Is like you know that okay, the end is near. So like, and I'm sure
The
these
computer
motherfuckers
writing
got
from the wall.
they got offshore accounts. It's like you know that. Yeah. So I can see like Caesar's probably gonna take a plea, like do his time, and then have like millions stashed somewhere offshore.
And
Like,
then he's just going to disappear. You're just not going to see him no more. He's going to fade to black, basically. I
Tiffany
think.
probably gonna do the same thing. It's once they the feds build their case with her, she's gonna like cop her plea, like do her 5 to 7 years, and be out, and then you got millions stashed somewhere in an offshore
And then you
account.
just never seen
Nobody
again.
knows about it.
Like you change your name, like you maybe change your appearance, like you.
Especially women, they can change their appearance. Like the hair is everything. Like a wig will do wonders like for your
Cut
appearance.
off all your hair.
Yeah, women definitely can.
looking looking like Jada Pinkett at the end of Set It Off when she ran with that money. She cut her hair off and then she ran with the money.
Or Jada Pinkett now.
Got Blair Underwood caught up. Okay, that's another. I'm about to go off on a whole tangent because I was mad at the end of the movie, but
Y'all going to go see Set It Off?
now that the Bears have gotten those guys in, I think that the Bears now have the most Hall of Famers now.
It's
I think I saw a report of that.
I have to look at the number.
I
that sounds
think they have the most now, so that's something I guess we can hang our hat on because
this team. Woo wee.
we can hang our hat on that. We have the most Hall of Famers now.
This damn team, bruh. This team is
And
something.
then are they going to Arlington Heights? It's like that's still kind of like, are we going to be the Arlington Heights Bears? Like, what? Like, is
They
that
bought the
happening?
land,
Or,
so like, and they demolished the old Arlington racetrack. So
yeah.
that's where we stand on that. But I still don't think Chicago has given up on trying to keep them in the city.
No, they're still trying to woo them.
Yeah, it's yeah, I don't think it's over yet because they talking about possibly once again like Reno and Soldier Field again because they fucked up the first time. They talking about doing it right this time, making it modern and all of that. Is like because yeah, that was definitely a botch job. Like yeah,
It was a botch job.
that happens. Is like sometimes yeah, like because the way stadiums now, like everything you see the modern stadiums now, they're like state of the
They're
art.
futuristic.
Yeah, futurist. They look like yeah, like they literally these things. These modern stadiums. Yeah, they did theirs like 20 years ago, so it was right before that era kicked off. Is like so at the time it was considered yeah, this
It was considered,
modern.
but then within
It got
5 years, it was
outdated.
already outdated.
It got outdated real quick. Yeah,
So like by 2010, it was already outdated. By 2010, it was already.
it got outdated pretty quick. Yeah, so.
Mhm. Because you can tell like when you look at certain like even like if you go on from a real estate point of view, like if you go to like different houses, you could tell like when a house was last renovated. Like okay, this was done in the mid 90s. This was done in the early 2000s. This was done. You could tell when stuff was renovated.
Reno about 25 years ago, you could look around and tell
You
just
could tell. You could tell stuff was the 70s. Like some of them houses, like I said,
yeah,
when me
some
and
off
Marcus was trying to buy our house,
yeah.
we went in one house and it was like it had a lot of potential, but it just like it was like the 70s. Like I'm like, they ain't done nothing since the 70s. Like this looks like
There's somebody
like
very
shag, like almost shag carpet and you know.
Somebody very old lived there, I'm sure.
They were
The
because it
pink,
was like an estate. It was like going to be an
pink,
estate sale
pink,
because
pink bathtub, shit like that. It's like
yes, because I think what it was is that they were like going to decide to basically put their elderly relative into like a home, or maybe they were going to go live with like one of their children. Basically, they were going to take that because they're like, okay, this is like
they
mom
probably
or dad
they probably
doesn't
been
need to
in
be
their
here
house
anymore.
since the 70s too. Yeah, they probably
But they don't need to be here anymore. So we need to just sell the house, and because that happens sometimes, especially like if it's like an older couple and then one of them passed away and then it's just the one is still there, then it's
I
kind
know
of like,
somebody that
okay,
happened to, yeah, like her
we
husband.
don't want mom to still be here without dad or dad to be here without mom or whatever, so
Eventually, yeah, like after her husband passed, like that, the parents, the kids ended up. I think she moved in with one of them, and then they
with
sold.
one of them, yeah.
Like, I think that's what eventually happened. I know that a couple that happened with
But yeah, like when you see wood paneling everywhere in your basement, it's like, okay. This is the 70s. Like, okay.
pink
Okay.
bathtub. Like I said, the shag carpet, all of this.
The
Oh,
pink or the turquoise bathtub. Like that. Like the
definitely,
pedal sinks, like those big, like those sinks that have like the flowers, like
yes. Mhm.
just
Old sinks with the hot and cold faucets that are separate and shit like that.
yeah. It's like the little turn things, and you're like this with the
It's
little
hard to
knob.
wash your
Yeah.
hands with that shit. You got okay, put it on the hot and then switch it to cold when they get
You're
and switch
switching to
it back to
cold
hot. It's like yeah, like that. So
and
you
the
don't
hot be
burn
hot as
your hands.
hell.
You gotta keep switching so you don't burn your hands and shit in the sink.
But yeah, though. A mess. So I mean, I'm gonna be watching to see if we get the Arlington Heights or whatever bears, but it's like
I have seen a couple, like I said, some renderings of like what the Soldier Field 3.0
I
I think
have
that's
to.
what it would look like. Yeah,
I've seen some artist renderings, and I'm like,
the 3.0. Yeah.
but my thing is, can they pull it off? Because like we know, like a lot of times it's like visually you have this vision, but then
Will that work in the real estate they have is like because the thing with Soldier Field they still they want to keep like the traditional facade like yeah like the outer shell that's what they did. And then they just did the inner over
and
like
just do the inside,
can you
yeah.
do that again like with this new rendering like will that work inside of that
Hmm.
like because you're gonna piss a lot of people if you tear the columns down. Chicago might lose it.
Yeah, they might lose their mind.
Like the columns are like
The
legendary.
columns are as essential as the clock is at Marshall Fields. Like it's still there, even though it's Macy's. The clock is still there. The Marshall Fields clock is still there. They're not getting rid of that
And the
clock.
Marshall Field signs on this yeah on the building.
It's still there, Marshall Fields.
Yeah,
Even though Marshall Fields has been gone, Macy's has been there
they bought them out 20 years ago or something like
at
that.
least 20 years ago, at least.
Yeah,
But
but that's the thing. Yeah, like will that work in that new setting? Yeah, can you do this
mm,
modern rendering without disturbing the columns? Like,
because they would lose their damn mind if they get rid of
you
those columns. They
can't
would
just
lose their
level the
damn
whole
mind
thing and build it there. Like that's not gonna work for the folks in Chicago.
at all.
People already didn't like what they did. Like that guy, that was controversial already. He said it looked like a spaceship landed on top of Soldier Field. Like
Yeah.
already, like yeah. So like, I will you further? Like yeah, like I think people wouldn't be mad at them tearing that because nobody liked that the new Soldier Field anyway. So like yeah, them removing that one, but yeah, you can't fuck with the
I think they
column.
should put like a retractable dome. They should put that
They probably
retractable.
would do retract. Most modern stadiums do that, especially a city like Chicago. You the
I mean, we need that in Chicago. It gets cold here. We get a lot of snow. Like we get
That's
snow and
and you
cold.
can do other indoor events like during the winter. Like Chicago can get a March Madness, like if you have that, yeah, because March
Hmm.
Madness moved to stadiums now. Like that's why you see it at like the Superdome in like New Orleans. And they March
Hmm.
Madness is always in a stadium show now. They don't have it in arenas.
Okay.
So like if they build it with a retractable roof, Chicago can get a March Madness now. Well, one of my
Yeah.
favorites to come get another WrestleMania because like WrestleMania has graduated to the stadium. They used to do it at the arenas. Like when it was in Chicago, I was almost 20 years ago. It was like '06. They did it
At
at
the
the
Rose, like
yeah the
at the
Rose
Allstate, and then back in the day was the Rosemont. Back in the day, yeah,
and then
Rosemont
it was one
Horizon.
back in the '90s as well too.
Mhm.
But WrestleMania is now like a stadium event. So
It's a
like
stadium event now, not
something like
arena,
Chicago, you gotta and you're not gonna have it. It's always around like late March, early April, like around my birthday
which
time.
is very
And
sketchy. Chicago,
you're not gonna have an outdoor WrestleMania in Chicago. Like it's like very you're playing you're playing with
sketchy.
fire doing that shit. Like you gonna
I
have
know because Ariana was trying to have an outdoor birthday party, and I'm like, no.
yeah.
Your birthday's in March, sweetheart. No, like we're not going to be outside for your birthday. No.
It's like Mania this year is in Philadelphia, and they just had a press conference in Vegas because no, everything's going on in Vegas now, the Super Bowl and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, like The Rock is back, like he's involved again because now he's on the board of the new company they merged with UFC, like the. So TK and Rock is a board member. So I was like, and when I saw it, I was like, he might have another comeback. Yeah. And sure enough, like he was at the press conference. So Rock is back. Yeah.
Rock is just getting all that money.
So
Rock, by the end of the year, he gonna be a billionaire by the end of the year. So he going for his. Not even
yeah,
mad. Not even
Cody
mad.
Rhodes, son of the American Dream, baby. He was there, yeah. So it was I'm excited about Mania. Hopefully they come through with the press press holler at your boy. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to be in Philly April. I'm trying to be in Philly that first weekend in April.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens. I ain't heard nothing yet, but still plenty of time. It's still early February, mid February, whatever. It's still time.
Yeah, now we're going to the mid.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like approaching Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day,
Valentine's Day.
then after that, then you get the All-Star weekend. So it's like
That's
it's
that's next weekend, I believe.
yeah, this next weekend. Yeah. So it all goes boom, 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 boom. Because first we had the Grammys, then we had the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
then you have All-Star, then some other stuff. And then I know Oscars is like what ends it. I want
yeah.
to say ends like the
Oscars
whole
rotate. Sometimes it's in February, sometimes it's in March. Like the Oscars rotate. Yeah, sometimes it's
hmm
been in early April before, like the Oscars rotate. So,
hmm But
and I,
Oscar is the one that ends like the whole, you
yeah,
know.
because award season, I say kicks off with the Golden Globes. Like that's usually in January. That's like early,
Yeah.
and then it ends with the Oscars, and then there's other shit outside of it. But that's like the bulk of like this, and like in that, like says Super
Mhm.
Bowl and All Star come all mixed in with that as well
Oh,
too.
and then you get some March Madness too. Like you're gonna get
March
March
Madness,
Madness.
yeah,
That happens.
yeah.
Because
Mhm.
that's a huge, like March Madness is huge.
Yep.
So you get all that. But I mean, so far so good. Everything seems to be going pretty, you know,
Mm.
pretty good. I mean,
Good. Yeah.
not excited about other stuff, like we said, going on. Like, I mean, it's an election year. I mean, it's kind of
Oh yeah.
like this election year just feel
The funniest shit.
is it just
Shout
me or
out.
is this the most
No. Shout out Nevada. They actually like say something about life imitating art because guess who won the Republican primary for Nevada?
cool?
Basically none of the above won and shit. I was like, what's this Brewster's Millions and shit? Like it's like I'm
Don't
posting.
nobody want them.
I'm gonna pull this shit up. Yeah. Because
But
now
my thing is
it's
like,
basically now a two-person race. It's Nikki Haley and Trump and shit. And then Trump might have
is
not
it
even been on the ballot, and like I guess they don't like Nikki Haley like that. So it's
is
another
it me?
candidates or
Is it
something.
me or is this the most unelection election year ever? Like it just like it's no buzz around, even though it's an
That's
election year,
because I
nobody
said
cares.
the rematch nobody wanted. Yeah,
Nobody cares. Like
Trump
literally no one
Biden, Trump
cares.
Biden, the rematch nobody wanted.
No one cares about this damn election. No one does.
Literally the rematch that nobody asked for. Said no one
Cause
ever.
like
Like we needed Trump versus Biden part two. Said no one ever.
like not being funny, but like both of them is washed. Like both of them are then Trump, like like you might go to jail. So it's like it's a lot going on.
This is
It's a lot going on with this election.
rematch nobody wanted.
You know, it's a lot.
Trying to find this Nikki Haley shit. Yeah.
Only way Biden gets back is And I hate to say it, if Biden actually cancels all them damn student loans, then he'll probably get back. If he actually cancels student loans, then people will vote.
October surprise.
That's the only way. If he actually cancels, like, okay, everybody gets $100,000 canceled in their student loans, then people will vote for him. That's the only way. You have to cancel $100,000 on everybody's student loans. Because a lot of people got them degrees and they got, like, I talked to people, they like, yeah, I owe 200,000, I owe 300,000. I'm like, did you go to med school? They're like, no. I'm like, damn, what did you do? What do you owe on? Like, you owe that much and you didn't go to med school, you didn't go to law school. Like, so
Yeah, fucking liberal arts degree, you paying that
I'm
much.
like, I have questions. Like, I have a lot of questions about that.
I always
I do.
said before, I say it again, like everybody don't need to go to college. Like if you're going for that, you're gonna take out six figures in loans for a bullshit degree like that. That's not gonna make you any money. Like, what are we doing? It's like
I mean, granted, I like this is years ago. I graduated from college over 20 years ago now at this point, but it's like if you even still if you adjust for my inflation, I still would not have owed that much because I barely owe five figures. That's all I took out. I barely took out five figures. And I paid mine back. So I mean,
here you
I
go,
am
Nevada.
debt free with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nevada Republican primary.
None of these
None of the
candidates.
above one.
I have to say that Nevada is on to something. Nevada is on to something.
They must be Brewster's Millions fans out in Nevada and shit. Because I saw this
None of these
last fight. I saw
candidates.
this shit. Yeah. This was 58% reporting, like so they had already called the election by then. None of the above one and shit.
None of these candidates. That's hilarious. That is.
I might vote that myself this year. Oz might get his Nevada on. God damn it.
Because it's like nobody, I'm not trying to go too political, but like, what are you showing? Like, nobody is showing anything. Nobody is showing. I get that you can't show all your hand because, like, with politics, you can't show your entire hand. Like, look, ooh, here's my entire hand. You have to show a little at a time, but nobody is showing anything remotely that's appealing.
We know how this game is going to end with these motherfuckers.
Like, nobody is showing it. Oh my gosh. Like, should I just run the next election? Should I just run, put my ass up there?
Oz and Ema 2024, damn it. Vote for our damn selves is our slogan. Vote for our damn selves.
2028. Let's get our campaign together. Let's run 2028. Let's just do it.
Got our slogan. Vote for our damn selves. Shit.
Oh my gosh.
You had Obama with yes we can. You had Trump with MAGA. You have us with vote for our damn selves. I'm telling you. Shit.
It's just a sad day. It's just really sad. This whole
None of the above is winning elections in real life and shit, not in fucking movie and shit. In real life and shit.
I have to agree with the none of the above. I have to roll with that. I like the way they did that.
I posted a comment. I'll say, "What's this Brewster's Millions?" Then I posted a GIF of Richard Pryor, like the one lighting up the money. None of the above.
Yeah, when like he hits the button, it goes.
None of the above. There's a GIF of that I found. I posted.
None of the above.
None of the above. It's probably kids that young that don't know that movie. I'm like, yeah, they did a movie about this back in the 80s. Hey, with none of the above, and it actually won the election.
Ariana old enough to watch Brewster's Millions. I'm trying to think.
It's PG. He says asshole. Like,
yeah, that's a real asshole. So I mean, it's kind of
asshole. So
I might be able to show her that.
She has a real asshole in her family. So
I might be able to show her maybe.
No, that was a real asshole.
Then again, my parents let me watch Purple Rain when I was 4, so I mean,
I saw Stripes when I was like 6 or something.
I was 4 watching Purple Rain, so. And I turned out okay.
I
I
I
think.
think I was in second grade, so maybe like 7 when I saw Stripes or something like that.
So I wasn't even in school. I was 4 when I was watching Purple Rain all day. I was 4 years old watching Purple Rain.
Stripes is like, yeah, I was like Khalil's age. I saw Stripes and shit. I remember. Definitely shouldn't have been watching that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I watched Beverly Hills Cop when I was like 5 or 6. I watched that. So
I think I was like 11 or 12 when I saw 12. I think when I saw Raw.
I mean, it was the 80s was a little different. I mean,
That's the first
so
movie where I watched where I felt like I was felt grown up was Raw to me. I'd seen like R-rated movies before that, but that's the one I'll say, okay, this is grown folks movies here. That's the
this
first
is
one.
grown.
Yeah, that's the first one where I saw like I felt like an adult watching that. It's like that was the first one was Raw. That I shouldn't be watching this. That's the first time I felt that. Felt like I was
Our
watching.
parents did show us things that we probably should not have been watching. And they did it a lot, but I mean, we turned out okay.
We talking comedy and shit, yeah. Club Shay Shay Part 2, the viral one
Oh,
again. Cat Williams kicked it off, and now we got Monique. She stopped by. Yeah.
hey, Professor Alchemy.
Yes. Cat Williams had an amazing bit about Professor Ogilvy back in the day. I heard him do that one live and shit at the Star Plaza.
I can't with that. I can't. That was a visual that I didn't need when you told me that what Carol Williams said. I had that visual and then I just couldn't. It's just burned in my head forever. That
I can't,
visual that he
I
gave.
can't
I'm
watch
like,
Dorian Wilson seriously. Yeah.
so we was like, I ate the bones. And I was watching the commercial. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I can't.
He ate the bone. Yeah, and that's what he's doing now. He went from the Parkers to eating the bones. And I'm not talking about KFC commercials.
Stop. 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 But Monique was on there. I saw bits and pieces. I haven't watched the whole interview. Once again, it's like a 3 hour, it's like two and a half hour.
Watch the highlights.
I watched the highlights as well. So I'm gonna have to actually sit when I have the whole 2.5 hours where I can just sit and just watch it. But
let's play some of the highlights. Yeah, I have a few. I got
yes.
it's the one, the first one I'm gonna play right here that she was definitely dropping shade on this one. With Monique to Tiffany Haddish. So let's listen to this one.
I remember our beautiful sister Tiffany Haddish did an interview with GQ magazine, and this, in my humble opinion, is where we keep throwing each other under the bus. You're doing an interview with GQ magazine, and I'm assuming the journalist was a white person.
Most likely it's fucking GQ. Like, ain't a lot of us that work there.
And the conversation turned to Monique. And she said, well, I don't do business like Monique do business, and I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers.
A lot of talk about her husband on this one. Let's keep it going.
You don't know your husband.
Here it is.
And when I saw that, it's like, Tiffany, if you had a husband like mine, you may not have 2 DUIs. If you had a husband like mine, you may not be caught up in what looks like you could have been grooming a child.
Spicy.
I mean,
I'm like,
and here's the thing that I've always maintained. And like I said, I'll interview because I know I've like done like some jokes about ladies stop letting your husband marry. But I mean, here's my thing, my disclaimer. I say if your husband actually knows what the hell he's doing, that's different. But just giving your man a job because he's your man, don't do that. Like Mary J. Blige, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give your man a job because like honestly, like if I like let's say knock on wood, we rise and this podcast does something. Okay, Marcus is going to be my accountant because he's an accountant. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He's going to be my accountant. That makes sense because that's what
he's an actual accountant.
That's actually his job. He's an accountant. So I have an accountant that I can hire right now. So that's what I mean when I say if you actually have somebody who knows what they're doing and they can do the business, then yeah, that's fine. But shout out to Monique. I know this has nothing to do with it, but her hair looks gorgeous. Monique looked great. Like her hair was, I was like, okay. Like, I'm looking at her. Okay,
what lady slay? She was slaying it. That's y'all saying.
Her hair was gorgeous. And Monique has always been like people have always, I know, have like, like to make their comments where, but Monique has always been put together. Like, she's always had like her skin's beautiful. Her hair is like, her hair is done. She's never not showed up busted. That's all I want to say. Monique has never showed up to a red carpet or nowhere looking busted. She never has. So that's what I'll say about how she has her. She came with it to Club Shay Shay. She came looking good.
Well,
okay, but I like that because I mean, you that video that skit with Aries Spears
Tiffany Haddish hasn't been the same since that. Yeah, it's like her career ain't been the same since that shit. Yeah.
And Common dumped her, and then okay.
Up in there combined with the skit is like her career ain't been the same.
Yeah, like, she kind of went.
Like now it's like she's having like DUIs, plural. Is like
DUIs with the, and that's the thing.
And I can't fuck with you like that DUI shit. That ain't cool because
my thing.
Guess what? You put my life in danger with that.
Exactly.
It's like you can do what you want. You can drink yourself till you die, like if you want. But like you get behind the wheel, you put in my life.
Put others in danger.
Like, that's why I don't.
And then my thing that I think that DUI should really get a lot of you should really get huge punishments is because you can get an Uber.
Yes,
you can get an Uber. Like, come on.
The money, how much money she got, especially at Tiffany. You can afford Uber. I can afford.
You can get an Uber.
My car was down recently. I was Ubering. It's like if I can afford.
Yeah, you got an Uber. Sometimes you gotta.
Shit.
You have to Uber sometimes. Like, I mean, I've done an Uber to the airport before. I've done the Uber airport,
Yeah. As if I.
You got an Uber, yeah. And so if you don't necessarily want to pay a driver, I get that drivers can get to be expensive, like, because having a personal driver, that is a luxury.
Yeah.
That's
now we all have that luxury. That's the beauty of Uber. Is like, yeah, like we're back in the day, like back in our day, like I said, like you say, I'm gonna order a car, like only rich people could do that. Now regular folks can order a car. It's like,
your Uber.
Like Uber is like back in the day, you could like, yeah, I'm gonna order a car. Yeah, my shuttle to the airport, I'm gonna order it. Now we all can order a fucking car to the airport.
Well, that's why I can't jive with people with the DUI with that. It's like, you have options, you have other options, so you don't have to put others in danger.
Yeah. Wanna get to this other one? This the one.
Yes. Let me see.
Cat Williams.
I didn't see the Tiffany Haddish one. I missed that one. Some of the other ones I did see, but I missed the Tiffany Haddish
that's
one.
I was like, okay. Yeah, I was like, that's what I was like. She getting her Cat Williams on that. I saw that. So he's like,
shots fired.
Shots fired for real. If you had a husband, maybe you wouldn't have 2 DUIs or wouldn't have like these charges hanging over you for trafficking. I was like, oh shit.
But here's the thing about marriage.
Yeah, go ahead.
And here's the thing I'll say about marriage. Like I said, I've been married for over 10 years now. This is what I'll say about marriage. If you marry the right person, your life will be better. If you marry the right person, that's the key. The right person. You don't marry the right person.
Complete shithead. You don't just go ahead and get married because you're pregnant. You don't just do that.
You don't marry the right person.
Random shitheads that take your car, wreck it, and then leave the scene. It's like these are real stories, by the way. I'm talking about. I'm not naming names, but I'm not making any of this shit up. That I just
that's why you see me turning my head, like. But you have to marry the right person. If you marry like, don't listen to anybody if they tell you that marriage is this. And a lot of people who try to talk down about marriage, it's because you haven't found the right person. You find the right person.
The right person for you.
Exactly. The right person for you.
That's what it's all.
That's all it comes down to. It has to be the right person for you.
Here's one I wanted to talk about because we saw the Cat Williams Club Shay Shay interview. When he went in, he had some things to say about the original Kings of Comedy, like Steve Harvey, Cedric. But the one guy he did mention, Monique took care of that. Let's talk about DL Hughley. Let's hear it.
Cut. What was you getting ready to say?
I was gonna say, what did DL do?
Let me tell you. Baby, that voice went up, didn't it? DL is friend. He like, that's my friend.
No, I've met DL on several occasions. I don't know DL like that.
Okay.
Do I know DL say like I know an earthquake? No.
Glad he was honest about that. Say, I met him, but we ain't friends.
I remember we ain't boys. Yeah.
I don't know him like that.
Do I know, since I've interviewed Cat, had several conversations with him, do I know DL on that level? No.
Right. See, when we say family is sacred,
Right.
Family is sacred. And we know that you don't cross the line when it comes to family.
Correct.
Right? I do DL's radio show.
Yes.
DL Hughley is not there.
Yeah, it's a nationally syndicated
His team,
show, like
right.
Steve Harvey. Yeah, his is the afternoon show. So like, yeah. So stations could have both of the kings if they want. You carry Steve in the morning, DL in the afternoon.
Right.
Like, so like that's what DL, he has a nationally syndicated radio show.
Right.
He wasn't on this episode. She's talking about the co-hosts were there, so that's what she's going to
Right. I remember how this went down. I know how this went down. Yeah.
is there. And Shannon, we having a great time. I mean, baby, we having a great time. We going forward, back and forth. When we get to the end of the show, they say, Monique, you want to play a game? Well, I want to play. I said, sure, sugar.
Have a cat?
Yeah.
Stop scooping cat litter with Litter Robot.
that shit off the air, motherfucker. I gotta get paid version.
And it's a
Yeah.
game called
Yeah,
Would You
right.
Rather.
Oh.
Okay.
Right.
Now,
Monique, you should have said I'm too old for this game.
wait a minute. We're having fun, baby. Right? We're having a good time,
Okay,
Shannon.
okay.
Okay. It's the sister there and it's two other guys. We're having a great time. It's a
Okay.
beautiful Black unity cookout.
Okay.
We're having a good time.
Okay.
Would you say your wife was your family? Is that considered family?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're married, yeah.
Yeah.
It's family. you married, that's your family.
So your husband is considered family, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So here we go. They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather. Let's go. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne Steffens without one?
Really, Monique?
Now, as y'all are watching right now who haven't heard this story, y'all going, they doing the same thing in the studio. They going, okay. That is exactly what happened. Now, I said to the team, how does that uplift our community? I said, sister, and her name is Jasmine, how could you ask another sister that? Well, we just planned. I said, tell me the joke in that, because I don't know what you're insinuating. Then you're involving people that have nothing to do with nothing. Like, what are y'all doing? So I said, I'm going to call my brother. DL. I'm going to call my brother. I call DL Hughley on the phone. I say, hey, baby. Yeah.
Huh?
That's how he responds. Yeah.
Did he know it was you?
Yes, because they called him to let him know Monique's going to be calling.
Right.
Like this, it was getting crazy.
Right.
I'm like, just let me get on the phone with my brother, right?
Yeah.
Hey, DL, yeah. I said, listen, I just got off the phone with your team, and they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like stupid. Like asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words, well, that's how we do it.
So that's what the beef started with the two of them, because she said she didn't feel he had her back. Like after that shit, when she basically walked out of that interview and shit, and then called him.
Yeah, and then I saw his rebuttal because I did see where he said that.
On his social media, I want to say his Instagram.
Yeah, he responded on his social media. He basically was saying that that's not how it went down. He said that, yes, he said that that had nothing to do with him. He said that that question was asked because like he didn't have anything to do with it, but there's a reason why it didn't air, because he said, I didn't air it for that reason because it was out of pocket. So he made it be like, like I didn't air it for that reason because that was out of pocket. That's what his story was, is that he's saying. But then he's mad because he said that Monique mentioned his daughter in something.
Yeah,
in his
interview. Yeah, she mentioned in this. Like, we running long. That's why I didn't play.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's just
because she's saying that DL's the story with that is DL's daughter was assaulted, and
by
then
a friend of his.
Originally, he didn't believe his daughter, but eventually he came around and yeah, you have a daughter, so you can relate to that shit.
Yeah, so
take your kid's side no matter what.
Believe your child, yeah. But
it's like give your child a benefit of the doubt first.
But yeah, it's like the back and forth, and it's light. But my thing that I just want to say about everybody, like, I mean, people are, you know, they are telling their truth. So people can't say like, oh, why are you bringing up old stuff? But it's like, if you're bringing out your story, you want to bring out awareness to what is happening, because if you're branded one way, because like we know that, especially like I'm gonna hop on this soapbox. Monique is a Black woman in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And we know like what happens with Black women. If you get branded as being difficult, we know what happens.
Especially her,
We know what happens.
has
The
that label
second
now, yeah.
the second you like happened to Jan Hubert Whitten back in the day.
Yeah, like when
She
she
said when Will branded her as difficult,
she
she was never the same.
she didn't work for years after that. Yeah. Yeah.
But we know what happens when you brand a Black, especially as a Black woman. We don't get, oh, you're assertive, you're passionate. It's like, oh, she's a bitch. You know, you get it. She's angry. You know, Black women, we get that stigma. So as a Black woman, you get that kiss of death. You do.
But I didn't mind her
So
going.
it's like,
I didn't mind her going after DL Hughley because I don't really like DL Hughley. He's kind of a fucking douche and shit. In 2024, DL Hughley, yeah, not like back in the not comic view DL Hughley
not
or
comic view or even the Hughleys deal.
yeah, but now like yeah, I don't fuck with him and shit. Yeah.
He's kind of dying old man. Like he's become like the get off my lawn old man now. That's what he's kind of like now.
Yeah, I don't fuck with him and shit. Yeah.
You know the old people that that try to talk down because I you try to act like you're perfect, but it's like you have skeletons. You have a whole cemetery in your closet.
Like
You do.
Cosby had become that in his later years. We saw how that turned out. Like
You have a whole
Cosby
cemetery in your closet.
is like that's Cosby. I hate judgmental. Like, I hate judgmental motherfuckers. That's the worst. It's like
you just can't do that. So, but I mean, I feel like Monique getting her story and really getting to say her truth and everything. I think that's good. But I do hope that with all this stuff coming out, I hope that it's not just basically. I'm hoping that it is going to be like some light at the end of all this. I'm hoping it's not just basically going to be like now you're like Jerry Springer now. I don't want it to be. I don't want Club Shaker to be like Jerry Springer. I don't want it to be that. But
hopefully Shannon doesn't just go there, doesn't just do it for the clicks and shit. Hopefully,
yeah, for Jerry. Like,
because from both interviews, I watched all of the Cat and I watched a good amount of this Monique, and those good content. He wasn't just doing clickbait. It's like so. Like hopefully it stays like that because the Monique one felt like part 2 of the Cat Williams. People that Cat didn't mention, like she mentioned. That's why, yeah. Like she went in, she talked about Oprah, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, the elites that Cat. I said DL Hughley, the people that Cat didn't mention, like she talked about. It's like was Cat mentioned a lot of people in his. It's like she's okay. Like here's some more shady motherfuckers she mentioned in hers. It's like yeah.
Because here's the thing, like it is. I do believe it is some gatekeepers. It is some gatekeepers.
Man, yeah.
It's gatekeepers. It is.
Went after my Breakfast Club compadres as well too. She went after them because when she was on there, like that's when like you remember that viral interview.
Leonard.
Daddy.
Leonard. She kept on calling him Leonard. Yeah. Of course we remember when she kept on Leonard.
That credit, yeah, they did apologize after this aired. It's like say, yeah, we were wrong. We were assholes for that, yeah. And shout out Jess Hilary. She's like officially the 3rd member of the Breakfast Club now. And she was like, yeah, I wasn't part of that. I wasn't on the show yet. So Jess definitely like saying hey,
that ain't got nothing to do with me.
That was Angela. I wasn't here for that one. It's like
I wasn't there. It's my first day. Like Homer said, it's my first day. You guys, that wasn't me.
Yeah, that's them. I wasn't there yet. Because that was about 5 years ago when she was on Breakfast Club.
But it is some gatekeepers and it is some stuff. But we also realize, like I said, another thing that I'm also able, I know we're running a little bit long, but another thing I'm also able to realize as a grown woman over the age of 40 who has have life experience on things is that whenever it is a conflict between two people, like and each person is telling their side.
Oh, it's three stories.
It is the 3 sides.
Their version, and the truth.
And the truth. And aside from that, what it is that even if one person was totally wrong and they know they was wrong, it's like even the person who is telling the truth, they'll give 80% of it. And like the other 20% would be a little bit fictionalized, to be a little exaggerated to really, it's like, but if you just told you're 80, we can already see what you're 80 that the other person was totally wrong. You didn't need to add the extra 20 to make them just be like, now they're like handlebar mustache, Dr. Evil. Now they're like cartoony evil.
Or soap opera villain and shit like that.
Yeah, they're like that now. But it's like you could have just told the 80% and you still would have been in the right, but you had to make it be like, I'm totally an angel. You had to like go all the way with it. But we know that with people when they tell their stories, it's like some things get omitted, not necessarily lied on, but things get omitted because
folks definitely omit shit.
It's just human nature. It's human nature to omit, but I'm glad that she's getting her chance to speak her voice and everything. And
that was right. He said because Shannon was like, "This is gonna be the last episode." He's like, "Nah, you're gonna get even more folks coming to sit down and talk with you now."
I'm just hoping that he just doesn't get too messy. That's just my thing. Is I just don't want him to be like Jerry Springer. Don't be.
Like screen your guests because like, it's gonna be niggas that's gonna come in there and just make up shit too. So like, don't have them on. It's like but I was wrapping
that note.
Definitely appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. You know,
yes.
You want to support us further, give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review all your platforms. Talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? YouTube, your Amazon Alexa devices as well. You can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how I gets down.
And you could check me at MSIMA8626 on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Also, STR8GULLEY1 on X, STR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and for your video production needs. Check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.